quite right. For some of us, it certainly will be too hot today. We're expecting temperatures in some parts of the southeast to get to 35 Celsius. That's 95 Fahrenheit. But widely across the UK today, we're looking at the high 20s into the low 30s. Already here at Wimbledon, the temperature is 22 Celsius. If you look at the time, it's only just after 7:15. That's pretty high for this time of the day. Now, flowers seem to be enjoying it, and yesterday too, actually, it was quite a pleasant day as well. We had more sunshine yesterday. The temperatures were equally pretty good, not as high as they're going to be today, but if we have a look at them, in London we reached 30 Celsius, actually 30.5 in Northolt, and in Hardin we had 29, whereas in Edinburgh, in the Giant's Causeway, we had 25. Now here at Wimbledon, it's going to stay dry today. We are looking at a lot of sunshine around, the cloud building through the course of the day but not spoiling it, but the temperature at least getting up to 32 Celsius. So for most of us today, it's going to be hot and it's also going to be humid. So if we start across central southern England this morning, we do have 1 or 2 showers left over from last night across the Midlands, but for most it's dry, it's sunny and it's already very warm. As I mentioned, temperatures in London up already at 22 Celsius, but for others we're looking at 19 and 20. For East Anglia, you could catch the odd rogue showers, you could across Lincolnshire before they tend to fade away. They too are remnants from last night. And then moving into northern England, here too, it is another lovely start to the day. For much of Scotland, it's fine, it's dry, it's sunny, and it's going to be very warm, although there are some showers to the west of the Outer Hebrides which may just flirt with you through the day. Northern Ireland and Wales seeing a lot of dry weather, some sunny spells, the odd shower in Wales this morning, but we do have some thundery showers across southwest England. Not all of us will see these, but they certainly are there currently, and we've got more coming across the English Channel. In fact, as we go through the day, those showers coming into the southwest will continue to migrate northwards, getting in through Wales and then later on into northwest England. So through the day, the heat really building. It is going to feel oppressive. We're looking at heights, for example, around the Great Glen, 28, 29, possibly 30, but the highest temperatures will be at the other end of the country in the southeast at 34, possibly 35. Later in the day, the thunderstorms across northern England turn that bit more violent and they'll move into the southern uplands, continuing to drift northeastwards through the night into northeast Scotland. Now, some of those will be torrential and could lead to some disruption, some local flooding as well. It's going to be a muggy night as well. So tomorrow morning we start off on higher temperatures than we would normally expect. As the thundery showers clear the Northern Isles first thing, we'll immediately have more coming in from the English Channel across southern counties. Now, some of those will also be heavy. Not all of us will see them, and they'll continue to migrate northwards as we go through the course of the day. In between, there'll be bright spells or there'll be sunny spells. Temperatures still high tomorrow, just not as high as today. We're widely once again looking at the low to the mid-20s. As for the pollen and the UV levels, you won't be surprised to hear this at all. They are going to be high or very high. So if you do have an allergy to grass pollen in particular at this time of the year, do bear that in mind, Billy and Lou.
Carol, I just want to ask you quick.
Yes, there have been some really fancy hats. You'd almost think you were at Royal Ascot. I saw one yesterday which had loads of tennis balls on it and another one with loads of strawberries on it as well. People have been very imaginative. I've just got my boring old straw one.
Were they
just plastic, I guess, or
I think, well,
felt or something.
We saw...
Phew, fortunately there isn't one around here, Billy. What a shame, I'm gutted.
You just borrow hers.
Well, apology.
The high temperatures just got to our sound there. It is warm here in London already, 22 Celsius. But as Sally was saying, yesterday on Centre Court, the temperature hit 40 Celsius. That's 106 Fahrenheit. So how do the players keep cool? Well, George Spring, who's a court attendant manager, can tell us a bit more. How do they keep cool?
Well, we're lucky enough to have court attendants on. Smell that?
No, I can't smell any
really?
strawberries at all. So how do you make this? Because if you put it in the deep freeze too far in advance, it would just be a solid block of ice, wouldn't it?
Exactly. These are all custom made on request. So I have people on each court, so if the call comes through from the referee's office, by the time they are picked, someone comes down to pick them up, they're ready and off they go for the next change of ends.
And are they a fairly new thing?
I'd say more that they're becoming more popular.
It's already 22, as I mentioned, and it's continuing to climb. And with no wind here, it is already feeling really hot. Yesterday's temperatures were pretty good. It was the warmest day of the year so far. In the Channel Islands, the temperature hit 33 Celsius. In London, it was 30.5. In Hardin, 29. In Edinburgh and the Giant's Causeway, we looked at 25. But for Wimbledon today, it is going to stay dry. We're looking at more cloud than we had yesterday, but it's still going to be sunny, with temperatures easily getting to 32, possibly a bit more. And it's going to feel humid. In fact, hot and humid sums up the weather forecast for much of the UK today. So if we start across central southern England, well, here we have got a lot of blue skies, more cloud building though, and for some we already have more cloud than we did this time yesterday. We've had overnight showers, we had one here actually, and we still have one or two across the Midlands and East Anglia, but they will tend to fade as we go through the course of the morning. Drifting northwards into northern England, here too we are looking at, again, a fine start to the day. Through the day it'll be sunny spells, or at worst bright spells that you'll have, as it will be across most of Scotland. However, there are some showers close to the Outer Hebrides. They could come in for a time. Northern Ireland and Wales, again, fine start, some sunshine. One or two showers in Wales first thing, but for southwest England, although there is sunshine around, we are looking at some thunderstorms already. Not all of us seeing them, but there are more to come, coming up from the English Channel. Now, through the course of the day, those particular ones in the southwest will continue to drift across Wales, eventually getting into northwest England. But for the rest of the UK, it's going to be sultry, hot and humid. Temperatures easily into the high 20s, low 30s. It's the southeast that will have the highest temperatures, 34, possibly 35. Now, later on in the day, we'll have some more thunderstorms, but this time they're going to be really violent, actually is probably a good word, across northern England, moving into southern Scotland and drifting northeastwards. It's going to be a muggy night once again tonight. So tomorrow we start off with those thunderstorms across the Northern Isles. They'll clear away, and at the same time we've got more coming up across the English Channel into southern counties. Some of those will be heavy, not all of us will see them, and they're migrating northwards. So in between them, we're looking at bright spells or indeed some sunny spells. But Wimbledon tomorrow is at risk of seeing a thunderstorm. Tomorrow too, not as hot as today, but still temperatures into the mid-20s, Lou and Billy.
OK, thank you very much. Has he disappeared with his ice towel now?
He has, but I'm going to find him.
Go and find him.
Into the ether. I mean, it's so simple to make as well.
Yeah.
I should be making them at home.
No, they use 54,250 tennis balls. And actually, here at Wimbledon, you can see them for sale, some of the used ones, afterwards. You don't know who's actually used them, but you can still buy them. I bought some for Donald, my cat, but he wasn't too interested. The other interesting fact I've got here, grass on the courts. You can see it being mowed at the moment. It's kept up precisely 8 millimetres as well. And 230,000 glasses of Pimm's are drunk each year. And I can tell you, that is just by Sally alone. Anyway, this morning the temperature here at Wimbledon is already climbing. When we arrived at 5 o'clock it was 21 Celsius. It's now creeping up through the 20s, and it is going to be a hot and a humid day. Yesterday, though, we had the hottest day of the year so far. We're going to surpass those temperatures today. But yesterday we had 30.5 in Northolt in London. We had 25 in Edinburgh and also the Giant's Causeway. But today, the highest temperature is likely to be 34 or 35 Celsius. 35 is 95 Fahrenheit. So if you're coming to Wimbledon, it's going to be hot and it's going to be humid. Maximum temperatures around about 32, but we could get higher than that, and it will be much higher than that inside the courts, of course. Yesterday in Centre Court, the temperature we saw was about 40, 41. Now, for most of the UK today, it's going to be hot and it's going to be humid. It's already warm or very warm across parts of central southern England, heading towards Kent and East Anglia. Still the odd shower left over from overnight, but most of those will tend to fade. Moving into northern England, we're looking at again a fine start to the day, variable amounts of cloud. Generally, there is more cloud around today than there was yesterday. But a fine day ahead for Scotland if you like it hot and humid. And we've also got some showers just flirting with the Outer Hebrides. For Northern Ireland and also for Wales, again, a lovely dry start to the day. More cloud than yesterday, and one or two showers affecting Wales, but it's southwest England where we're looking at the thunderstorms already. In between them, dry, bright, or indeed sunny. Now, those thunderstorms are the salient ones because as we head on through the day, they're going to migrate northwards, getting in through Wales and eventually into northern England. Away from that though, we're going to have sunny spells, at worst bright spells, meaning there'll be a bit more cloud around, and temperatures in the north getting up to 29, possibly 30, in the southeast possibly 34, 35. Later on though, we will see some violent thunderstorms through the evening and overnight across northern England, southern Scotland, pushing up into northeast Scotland. It's also going to be a muggy night, so a muggy start to the day tomorrow. But we lose those thunderstorms from the Northern Isles first thing, and at the same time we'll be importing more thunderstorms coming in across the English Channel and pushing up across southern counties. So the forecast for tomorrow is one of bright spells, sunny spells and some showers. Some of those will be thundery. Temperature-wise, well, we're not going to be as hot as we're going to be today, but still we're going to be looking at temperatures round about the mid-20s in terms of Celsius. So tomorrow, Wimbledon is at risk of catching a thunderstorm. I'll keep you posted about that. And the other thing is the pollen levels today are very high, except for across northern Scotland, Billy and Lou. Good morning. Well, it has been really warm here this morning. The temperatures in London currently stand at 25 Celsius. You'll notice the roof is now on Centre Court. That's just to cool things down, and it did make quite a dramatic difference actually. We noticed it as soon as it went across, but it will be opening up again later on in time for play. Now, this morning, many of us are getting off to a dry start, also a sunny one, and temperatures already climbing. It's been quite an oppressive night for most of the UK. And in fact, you'll see why. If we take a look at the temperatures we had yesterday, it was the warmest day of the year so far. In London, we hit 30.5 Celsius in Northolt, actually. And in Edinburgh, we hit 25. Giant's Causeway, also 25. Hardin, 29. So for Wimbledon today, it's going to be even hotter than that. We're looking at highs up to 32, possibly more, but it should stay dry. You will notice though there's more cloud around than there was yesterday, light breezes, and also it's going to feel humid. Now for most of us today, the forecast is just that, hot and humid. So for central and southern England, we're looking at some cloud this morning, sunshine as well. Temperatures already really ramping up. Already 20, 25 for some. There's still the risk of a shower across the Midlands and East Anglia, but that is fading now. And then as we head up into northern England, again, we're looking at some sunshine, more cloud than yesterday, and the very same across Scotland. There will be bright or sunny skies. You could catch a shower in the Outer Hebrides. For Northern Ireland and for Wales, dry and fine with some sunny spells. The odd shower getting into Wales. We've already got some thundery showers across southwest England, and some of them will be heavy, but not all of us will catch them. And if you don't have them, you're more likely to have bright or sunny skies. But those showers in southwest England will migrate northwards through the day, getting in across Wales and eventually into northwest England. Now it's going to be hot and humid wherever you are. Northern Scotland seeing temperatures 29, 30, the northeast of Scotland a little bit fresher, and then as we come further south we're looking at the potential for 34 or 35 across London. Late afternoon, early evening and overnight we'll start to see violent thunderstorms across northern England, getting into the southern uplands and drifting northeastwards across Scotland. They could lead to some disruption because they could also lead to some flash flooding, something to very much be aware of. It's going to be a muggy night as well. Now, first thing tomorrow, we'll lose those thunderstorms from the Northern Isles, but at the same time, we'll have further new thunderstorms coming in across southern counties of England. Some of those will be heavy, some of us will miss them altogether, but they are going to be pushing northwards. So in summary, for tomorrow's forecast, it's a day of bright spells, sunny spells, and also some showers, some of which will be thundery. They could affect Wimbledon tomorrow. It's something obviously we're keeping a close eye on. Temperatures tomorrow, not as high as today, but they're not going to be low. We still are looking at highs into the mid-20s. So for today, if you have an allergy to pollen, it's worth knowing that everywhere except across northern Scotland, the levels are very high, Lou and Billy.